Alright guys, today we're going to do a quick unboxing video of a product that a lot of you guys might not know is out there. There is a gentleman on Facebook, his name is Hector Breton from Breton Performance Engineering. He's a young gentleman out of Puerto Rico. He has 3D printers and he does some custom stuff for SN95 cars and for a whole bunch of other cars. What I have here today is the vent pods. That some of you guys may have saw that I made a post about it. I want to see if anybody was interested in these. I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy them. They look really cool from the pictures, but it's kind of tough to swallow the money without knowing who you're dealing with, what they're working with, you know, how good the product is. So I worked something out with Hector that I did pay a little bit of a discounted price to get these in, and I did say that I would do an unbiased. Remember, this is going to be an unbiased video. If these things are shit, I'm going to tell you they're shit. I don't care if he was nice and gave me a discount or not. If they're great, I'm going to tell you they're great. If they're mediocre, I'm going to tell you they're mediocre. That's how I roll. I will not, absolutely will not show bias in a video just because I got a deal on something. So I just want to make sure you guys are aware of that before we open this up. I have no idea what these look like yet. So back to that. I know a lot of guys are on the fence about buying these things. They look cool from the pictures, but nobody knows what they look like in person. So the deal was decent enough where I said, hey, I'll take a chance on it. I have a few extra bucks. If they work out cool, then, you know, the deal was all right. If they're shit, you know, whatever, then I'll say they're shit and I'll deal with them as best as I can. So I did get two vents. They're both 52 millimeter vent pods. I wanted to get one of each, so I got one that has the voltmeter gauge in it and one that's just the blank. I'm going to put my AEM wideband in one of them and move it up to the vent, and the other one I may get like a meth gauge to show spray rate of my meth and on and off triggers and stuff. Currently where I have my wideband at, it is on the steering column and it gets a little bit in the way, so this seems like it could be a good alternative to doing a steering wheel column pod. I already have the pod where the clock was, and I really don't like the A-pillar pods. So this could potentially be a pretty cool thing. So we're going to go ahead and get this unboxed. I had him paint these to match the Midnight Black, the 9901 Midnight Black, which we all know, if you guys mess with the double dins, it is not black, it is a charcoal. It does not match the black of the 94 to 98s. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to POV view so you guys can see it up close and personal. We'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, we are back. We are going to open these up and see what these look like. These did take a little bit of time. For what I understand, he does custom make these per order. So it was, I don't know, 3 weeks maybe. I think he said it's a week on each piece. Then he had to sand them down good, make them nice and smooth. I did pick the smooth finished option, which is the most expensive option, and he did paint the color match the paint. So everything is supposed to be painted and color matched and smooth finish to look like OEM. So this is the first one. Looks like this is the one without the voltmeter in it. From this angle, initially, looks nice and clean and smooth. Upon further inspection, you can see the insides were not smoothed out. I don't know how good a gauge is going to fit in there, so I probably will have to smooth that out a little bit. You can see his Breton logo on the side, again, not smoothed out on the sides. And on the back, insides and back are obviously not finished. And these are the clips that are to clip into the stock area where the vents clip in. So when these clip in on the sides, I guess you should still get a little bit of adjustment up and down. I can't tell right now if the color match is gonna be close because I don't have the car with me, but initially in this lighting it does look pretty close. I'm not gonna say the finish is 100% smooth, but it is pretty smooth. Inside the vents, if you guys can see, it is not smooth inside the vents. When you're looking at it like this, you're not gonna probably notice it at all. There's a little bit of stuff up in here that you will notice looking through the vents. The vents are on about a 45-degree angle. If you can see those, they are facing towards the driver's side. Obviously, you cannot adjust the vents. Overall, not a bad unit. Pretty clean. Just a little bit of the sharp edges. I will probably clean up in those vents a little bit, but overall, it's not too huge of a deal. Let's go to the second one. The second one is going to have the voltmeter in it. So we get to this one. The finish a little bit smoother in this one, but not by much. You see the Breton logos on the side, same cutouts. Yeah, I'd say finish is about the same on the inside. With this one, just a little bit rougher around the areas where the gauge pod is. It's got the voltmeter in the back here. I don't know if he molded that in or if he stuck it in and just glued it in. It has a power and ground for the voltmeter coming out, and you can see that's nice and tucked in there, pretty slim. So basically, here's the setup I'm going to be running. I'm probably going to run the voltmeter on the left side with the wideband and then put meth over here at some point. I don't have a meth gauge yet, so that one is just for a down the line thing. Side by side, hopefully you guys can see here. Again, pretty clean. I'm not going to say they're perfect. I would say for what I got them for, as long as they fit, I will say that is a pretty fair price. I want to say this one with the smooth finish and the voltmeter, I think maybe he sells these for 85 bucks. This one in the smooth finish that's painted without the voltmeter is 65 maybe, something like that, or 75. I think it was an extra 10 bucks for the voltmeter maybe. Overall, not too shabby. They are pretty nice. I don't think I probably would have paid full price for them because I am a little bit picky, and these are a little bit rough around the edges. But we will we'll get some pictures in the car. I don't have the car here available right now to see how it's going to look with the interior, but we'll get these snapped in the car. We'll see how these snaps really hold in. This one has an area that's broken off, so I don't know how that one's going to hold in. And the area on the snap there is actually not there. So let's see, this one is cut out a little bit. Alright, it looks like the other one doesn't have too much material behind there either. So we'll see how these snaps actually hold in. I'm kind of curious how that's going to go. But again, overall, not bad. They're not perfect by any means, but I'd say if you guys want to do business with them, maybe if this price point comes down just a little bit, it would probably be a little bit more appealing to most. But again, he's a good guy to deal with. It takes, like I said, about 2.5 weeks or so to get these in. Sorry about my cat jumping up every time I unbox something. She thinks she wants to come through. Hey, Korma. Hey, baby. All right, get her. So again, at the price point, I think the price point's a little bit high, but I don't have a 3D printer. 3D printers are expensive. The materials are expensive, I'm sure. Again, he does some hand sanding, hand priming, and hand painting. So it all comes down to what your time and materials is worth. So, you know, maybe this is a very fair price. A lot of you guys, unless you guys got money to blow, you probably won't buy these, but you know, I don't think it's very bad. So we'll see how they look in the car. We'll come back at a later time with a full review on these, but overall, we'll give it a thumbs up. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll come back with another one later.